Hi, welcome everybody to the 2021 Hall Cabernet Cookoff. My name is Catherine Hall. So we here at Hall specialize in making extraordinary Cabernet Sauvignons, and we specialize in making extraordinary experiences to our visitors at our tasting rooms, whether you are here in Rutherford, which is where I am, in front of the Sacre Vineyard, or at our winery in St. Helena. And there is no experience that we enjoy more than our Cabernet Cookoff. So welcome. We are so glad you're here. Now, normally these Cabernet Cookoffs are in person with almost 1,000 people who come to the winery at St. Helena. We have celebrity judges. We have professional chefs from all over Northern California, really, who prepared marvelous dishes to raise money for their favorite chefs. But this year, like last, because of the pandemic, we had to do this a home version, which has some other really wonderful benefits because we can take contestants and help charities from across the country. So welcome to you all. All of our contestants this year, we had aspiring chefs from really all over the US who submitted their recipes for dishes that paired with our Cabernet Sauvignon in the hopes of raising money for their favorite charity, up to $5,000 for a charity. This has really been such a wonderful experience for us all, and we are really honored that you all are taking place. So this is an important competition, not only because there is a lot of money at stake for the charities who are represented, but also because it's a time that we have so much fun at the winery and when we do this in person, and we want you to be enjoying yourself as well. So get out a glass of Cabernet, and hopefully you've got the 1873, which is the wine that we are pairing, that we asked everybody to pair their dishes with, so that you can enjoy and have fun right along with us. And let me say, and this is what our finalists are going to each get, our award. I just saw that you didn't see the whole of it, and I don't think you can see the whole of it right here, but there it is. And it's for our winners, and we are very excited to know who our winners are going to be. The way it's going to work here is that we have the panel of judges. We're going to meet the judges in just a little bit, as we are going to meet the contestants. We are going to ask our judges to rank the dishes. First place is going to get an award of $5,000. Second place is $2,500, and the third place is $1,500. This is all money that goes directly to the charities that are represented by our finalists. And in addition to that, we have a People's Choice Award for $1,000, and that will go to the charity of whoever wins that award. Now that one, the bidding just closed because the voting on that by all of you was closed at 4:00. So we're tallying up the results, and we will let you know those results just a little bit later. We are honored that we have, again this year, Chef Lars Kronmark, who is here to talk about the dishes. Chef Lars is an instructor at the CIA right here in Napa Valley. A wonderful man who does so much for our community, and who's obviously a really amazing chef. And so he has prepared each of our dishes by our finalists, and he's going to talk about them now.
My name is Lars Kronmark. I am a chef instructor and professor at the Culinary Institute of America here in St. Helena. And I'm extremely happy to be back here at Hall Winery to help out with the Cabernet Cookoff again this year. We're making this time 3 different dishes. The first dish we're going to make is a pizza that is covered with wild mushrooms, ricotta cheese, and baked and chopped with arugula. This sounds delicious. I think it's going to be great with the Hall Cabernet. The second dish we're going to cook is a whole rack of lamb. We're going to coat it in herb de Provence, which is a great spice from the south of France. We're going to grill it. We're going to get a little smoke onto it. We're going to cook it to about medium rare, let it rest, and slice this lamb up for the second plate. The third one we're going to do is a ribeye steak. And this beef is going to be grilled with a kochi rice fermented on the outside. We're going to grill it. We're going to serve a little bit of watercress on the side. And we're going to pair that also with a Hall Cabernet. What's really impressive with the recipes I saw is that it goes a little bit in 3 different directions. The vegan pizza was a great idea. I like the fact that we're seeing lamb. And also I thought that the beef recipe with a little bit of a Japanese touch really are superb. So good job on selecting the recipe and good job sending them in. Fantastic. And I want to wish everybody good luck.
Thank you, Chef Lars. Thank you for all you do for Napa Valley, and thank you for the time that you put into this effort, helping some very worthy causes. So you have set us on your way. Now, everybody, you have heard about the wonderful dishes that our finalists have prepared. And I'd like you to get to know our judges. So we are going to have 3 wonderful dishes that each of them are going to be introducing, and we're going to bring on our judges now. The first one is right there. I see him coming on. Hey, Mike.
Hi, Catherine. How are you today?
I'm great. I'll tell you
Good.
what, I mean, we're not in person, but it seems it's really so fun. I love the enthusiasm that people have had getting ready.
I have the 3 dishes around me, and I'm super excited to try them all and judge them. So it's really fun, and they smell great.
Wonderful. So
my name is Mike. My name is Mike Reynolds. I'm the president of the winery here, and I've been here with Craig and Kathy for almost 20 years now. We are excited that you're all back to do the Cab Cook-Off with us. This is an event that we started more than 10 years ago. And normally we do it in person, as Catherine said, but this year we're doing it virtually. We've been able to raise $1.5 million for charities, and we're excited to do that again this year. One of the most fun things about this event is always to really see how the dishes that normally professional chefs do, but in this case, it's recipes that have been submitted to us, how they pair with the wine. And that's one of the primary criteria for the judges today, is to really understand how the dish prepares with the wine. And so we're looking forward to trying them together and see how that works. So,
I'm really glad you talked about that, Mike, because I think people more and more, and especially during the pandemic, we've all been at home and we're cooking more. So pairing has become, it was always a nice thing, but I think it's become increasingly important. And I'm excited that you all are going to be talking about the pairing attributes.
Absolutely. So our next judge is Diem Doonan. Diem, are you out there?
Hi there. Hi, Mike. Hi, Catherine.
Hey, Diem. Oh,
How
she's
are
in
you?
Bergfeld. I love it.
I am. I'm in the lovely Bergfeld building at St. Helena at Hall. So I'm super excited to be part of the judge panel today because I've been with Hall for this is my 11th year, And I've been a co-chair for the Cab Cookoff. This is year 10. So I usually don't get to taste the dishes, but luckily or unluckily, since we're doing it virtually, I get to actually taste the finalist dishes. So super excited about that. I'm the director of membership. That's my actual job here at Hall. And so you may or may not have heard from someone from our team. And we're super excited to be able to host this event today. One of the other criteria that I'm super excited about is just the ease of the recipe and instructions. I'm actually a trained chef, and I've gone and seen a lot of dishes and recipes. So I think when you really distill it down, I think what makes a really great dish is the ease of instructions and how clear it is to actually follow it for any home chef to follow. So I'm looking forward to tasting these dishes and kind of like seeing how well they do.
I am so glad that you talked about the ease, because, for a lot of us, that really matters. Speaking
Right.
for myself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we've got our third judge, Jeff Zepelli. He's a GM of Walt.
How are you? It's good to see everyone.
Hey!
How's everybody? It's good to be here. Yes, I'm the general manager for Walt Wines, our Pinot Noir and Chardonnay label. We make wine from all over, but it's always fun to come back. I helped co-found the Cabernet Cookoff, and at the first Cookoff, we actually had amateur judges and professional judges actually competing against each other. And so it's fun now in the virtual space that we're back to the amateurs, and we have some very professional dishes from a number of amateur chefs. So very excited. Also, really looking forward to one of the things that I'm passionate about is creativity in food. So we'll be paying close attention to those flavor combinations, how you came up with your dish, what are the creative ways that it actually pairs with the Cabernet Sauvignon, the 1873.
By the way, I'm just noticing that our judges do not have a glass of wine in hand. Oh, there you go.
We do.
Thank you so much. Because if we were all in person, we would be enjoying the Cabernet, and let's do this. And I hope you all are doing that as well. So, Jeff, tell us, how is the judging going to work?
So it's very important. We created 3 criteria for how we're going to actually select the winner of the judges panel. So there'll be a people's choice winner and a judge's choice. And what we're looking for is clarity of instructions in the recipes that each chef sent, their creativity, which is something I'm going to hone in on, and the pairing, how well it pairs with our 2017 1873 Cabernet Sauvignon. When we total those points, we'll come to a winner. There'll be some fun, fresh banter, I'm sure, on top, but it's exciting, and we look forward to tasting these dishes.
Sounds wonderful. Well, I'm going to leave you all. We are all going to leave you all to your judging. Tough duty as it is. Enjoy it, and we're going to go on and get to know our contestants. So let's bring on our finalists, and so they can talk to you about themselves and about their dishes and about the charities that they are here to represent and raise money for.
I'm Patricia Hanchigal, and my dish is the mushroom vegan pizza. About 3 years ago, I became vegan, and so I had to relearn how to cook everything. And so this dish is kind of one of my favorites because I love pizza and I really like the cheese. Vegan cheese can be a little challenging because it's not going to have a lot of the texture and the consistency that you're used to with traditional cheese. But I really like this ricotta. It's by Kite Hill. And I love mushrooms, and I love a big mix of mushrooms. And then the thyme just kind of brings the flavor together, a little bit of olive oil and salt. It's yummy. I was looking at all the menus. I think that all of the recipes are really amazing, and I think I have as good a chance of anybody just because it's an interesting dish and it's not something that is typically made, and it's very creative, so I think I have a good chance. Uncle Neil's Home is just a wonderful group of people. They love their animals so much. I mean, everybody in the farm sanctuary and farm rescue community is amazing, and they're all very well networked, but there's just something about them that I love the way they operate their sanctuary. I love the way they treat their animals, and I just thought they're such a perfect fit for a cause that I'd want to help benefit.
Oh, my name is Robert Canepa, and I submitted wood-fired New Zealand rack of lamb with herbes de Provence. This dish is one that is very, very simple and absolutely delicious. It takes a very little amount of time. You have to add complexity to it to really make it almost worthwhile, because it's so good with so little time, and it pairs so well with your products, I believe. And it's a real hit. You want to put on a nice meal for some guests and share some nice wine and some good times. This is a great dish for that. And you add a couple of vegetable dishes and a great salad and some Hall wine, and you've got a nice meal to share with friends and family. I co-founded with Jim Edlin, Danville d'Elegance Foundation, and we built that structure around the event so that we had a charity that people could donate to. My dad had Parkinson's. It's a brutal disease. We closed down the Harts Avenue in downtown Danville and put about 100 cars on the street, high-end cars, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Maseratis, all the expensive cars, in an effort to raise money for Parkinson's.
My name is Lisa Gwatney. I'm coming to you from Memphis, Tennessee. And my dish, my recipe was the koji dry-aged steak. And what really influenced me when I made that, when I submitted that dish, was I'm very familiar with the Hall wines. I think I might have mentioned to you, my husband and I went to your winery during our honeymoon. And when you have a fabulous wine, you don't want to overcomplicate it. You just want to have a fabulous steak. So I submitted what I consider as a fabulous steak recipe because it pairs perfectly with a fabulous wine. What you do is you buy the koji rice. It's available on Amazon or anything like that, and grind it up, and you rub it all over the steak, and you wrap it in plastic, and you just put it back in your refrigerator for a couple of days, and you come back out and you scrape it off, season it, and you grill it. I chose St. Jude's Research Children's Hospital, and they call it a research hospital because they do such fabulous research. And there are cures and solutions for children facing cancer today because of the vision behind this hospital. My family is blessed. I've never had to have a sick child, but I can't imagine having a child that's sick and then having to worry about money. St. Jude never takes a dime from anybody. Ronald McDonald House, I mean, it makes me almost tearful to talk about it. Ronald McDonald House, they allow families to stay there free of cost. And it's emotional to me just because my husband and I have done a lot of volunteer there. And to see the families and their strength and their courage as they're going through this journey is just incredible. And so I chose St. Jude because of what they do, what I believe they deliver based on your charitable contribution.
Oh my, thank you, panelists, so much. Thank you for your recipes and the time you put into it, but also for your passion in support of your charities. And I am sure that everyone who is watching is just inspired as I am. And thank you so much for all you do for the Danville D'Elegance, for the St. Jude's, and also for the Uncle Neil's Home Farm Sanctuary. It's really wonderful. So now let's get over to the judges and see how it's going over there. Woohoo! Okay, everybody, great to see you. You are looking all very, very happy. Nobody, look at the smiles. This is all so good. And of course, Jeff is still eating. So, Deam, talk to us. How's it going over there?
Oh my goodness. I thought in my mind, I already had like a winner in my head before tasting these dishes, but after having tried all three and then trying with the 1873, I've actually changed my mind. So I'm not gonna tell you, I'm not gonna show my hand yet, but I'm really curious to see what Mike thinks right now.
Yeah, each of the dishes has really beautiful, simple flavors. They all smell great. I think as Chef Lars said, the preparations are simple and the food is delicious. And so really the trick for us is, I think, how these wines pair with each of the dishes. And we will duke it out in a few minutes about which is the best. So.
Well, hey, guys, you're not going to, you're not going to duke it out in front of us. We'd like to watch. But anyway, Jeff.
I think I know where Mike is already going. I've 15 years of eating dinner with Mike. I have a fairly good idea where he's going to be arguing, but that's just me.
Oh, well, Jeff,
So really, guys, what about on the pairings? I mean, what do you think? I mean, this is, as we all know, the core comes from this wonderful vineyard right behind me, the Sacrochet, and it's got all these beautiful, just sort of dense, earthy core. Any comments that you want to share, or does nobody want to share their hand?
I'll take that. So
Okay.
I think Patricia's dish, the pizza, was super interesting. That was kind of like a surprise dish for me. I think the mushrooms that Chef Lars prepared, it just gave like umami kind of like taste to it, so you're not missing like the protein per se. The vegan ricotta was super interesting, so that was kind of like a nice little pleasant surprise. I'm still not
Let's
showing
hear it
my
from
hand.
vegans, by the way. As a vegetarian, I just
Yeah. And it paired really well. So all the elements was super simple, but it paired really well with the 1873.
Yeah, and so after trying this dish, I got on Google to look up what koji rice was and why someone would do that. And now I feel like I'm an expert. But it seems to really have brought out the flavors in the beef and makes it very soft and delicious, almost buttery in terms of its texture, and it's really, really easy to enjoy. So.
What I would say is what's nice about all three of these dishes is I feel like they're well thought out, but I think I could actually make them myself, which is going to point right to clarity of directions. So that's, I think, a really good sign that we've been able to replicate whatever was sent to us. So it's all very good.
Which is actually something that DM mentioned when we started. That was one of the things that she was looking for, which I wholeheartedly support as well. So all of you, we're going to leave you to finish your judging, and so have at it. And now I think let's talk a bit about this wonderful wine that we are pairing with, and we'll do that with our director of winemaking, Megan Gunderson.
Hi, Catherine. How are you?
Hey, good. I'm having so much fun that I have to refill my glass. So I'm doing great.
I'm with you. I'll refill mine too.
So,
well, it was really.
Let's talk a bit about this wine, and we've already mentioned that the core of this comes from this vineyard right behind me, the wonderful Sacrochet vineyard, which is where I live, but it's also the core for this beautiful wine.
It is. So this wine, why do we call it 1873? So in the year 1873, Captain William Peterson, he was an English sea captain, came to Napa Valley and decided that he wanted to make wine. So he put some of the first vines in the ground here in St. Helena in 1873. So this has been a site of grape growing for many, many years. He also built a gravity flow winery. We saw dams sitting in the loft of that gravity flow winery. And this area came to be known as Vineland because so many of those early vineyards went in the ground right here around the city of St. Helena. And it actually, in the 1930s and 1940s, this property was the site of the co-op and was producing 40% to 50% of the wines made in Napa Valley. So this is a really important site historically. And so when we started crafting this wine, we called it 1873 to honor Captain Peterson. And that year that those vines went in the ground. And so this is, when we sit down to put this blend together, you mentioned the core of Sacre, that's always the base of the blend. This is a wine that features fruit coming from the eastern hillsides, which is the Vaca mountain range that runs up the eastern side of the Napa Valley. These are higher elevation vineyards. Sacre sits at about 800 feet, I believe, in elevation. The soils are very limiting. The vines really struggle. And what that translates to in the wine is big and rich and concentrated and dense and perfectly suited to pair with food. So that's why we chose this wine. This is the first time that 1873 has been featured in the Cabernet Cookoff, and we're really, really excited about it. It's got this dense core of blackberry fruit, really well integrated oak. It's round, it's spherical, it's so flavorful. The fruitiness in this wine, I think, would really bring out the savory notes in the dishes, the savory character that the judges described in all three contestants' dishes. And I'm just loving it. It's so open and effusive today. It's an awesome wine.
Yeah, me too. I really, 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 really love it. And I think that when you when the judges talk about like how nice it is to pair with foods, I appreciate that. And I love being able to have a wine that is beautiful, that has nice acid in it, that is just really is just a wonderful accompaniment, because at the end of the day, what you want at any meal is this combination of flavors. You want the food to enhance the wine, and the wine to enhance the food. And so it's very much a partnership, I think.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up acid, the topic of acid in wine, because it's so important for food pairing. The acid in wine helps cut through the richer flavors in some of these dishes, and I actually have had a chance to try them myself.
Oh, you lucky dog!
And I'm not going to say which one is my favorite, but they all had a really savory, rich character that paired very well with the fresh acidity. There's whetstone. I mean, so many things were going on as you went back and forth, sipping the wine and tasting the food.
Good for our finalists for sort of picking up on that savory quality, because that's such an element of this wine.
Yeah, very intuitive chefing from our chef contestants. So they did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
They can come to my house and cook for me anytime.
Yeah, and after you go to Megan's, you come to mine. Yeah, we're there.
Exactly.
So everybody, thank you. So Megan, thank you so much for describing the wine. And now we're going to go on. And actually, before I go back to the judges, I just heard that we've got the tally in for the People's Choice, and that you have the results.
I do.
Woo-hoo!
I have the results.
Well, come on, share.
Drum roll.
$1,000.
$1,000. So the People's Choice Award goes to Patricia Hanchigal for her vegan mushroom pizza, and her charity is Uncle Neil's Home Farm Sanctuary. So congratulations, Patricia. Your dish was absolutely amazing, and I loved the way it paired with the 1873.
Oh, I'm so glad, and congratulations, Patricia. And thank you, everybody else, for voting. I just, as a vegetarian, I particularly I appreciate that. So everybody, thank you so much. So I'll leave you here and I'm going to go back and we'll find the judges. So let's go on. The excitement is building. Let's see what's happening in the judges and let's see what's happening with the top 3 awards. Woohoo, woohoo. Hey guys. Well, nobody's got a black eye.
Luckily, we're distanced far enough away where we didn't have to duke it out.
Okay. That's good. Well, that's I guess a COVID advantage. Who knows? But anyway, I'm so excited. These dishes are so great, and I guess you all heard that the People's Choice Award went to Patricia Hanchigal for the vegan pizza. Woohoo! Okay, Jeff, talk to us.
Yeah, that was very exciting, and super excited for Uncle Neil's Home Farm Sanctuary. So I have the pleasure of announcing the 3rd winner of the Fall Cabernet Cookoff 2001. In general, I would just say that all 3 of these dishes were very, very strong. They were simply prepared, but that did not mean by any mean that they were not thoughtfully prepared and rich in flavor. So the 3rd place winner of the Hall Cabernet Cookoff goes to Patricia Hanchigal of Woodland Hills for her summer mixed mushroom vegan pizza and fresh thyme shallot. And that brings her total winnings, I think, to $2,500 for her charity, which is Uncle Neil's Home Farm Sanctuary. So congratulations to Patricia. That is an amazing feat to take that much home for your charity. In general, we thought that the dough on the pizza was just haunting. It was so good and so fresh and so simple, but it was just so good. And at the end of the day, when we really had to decide of the 3, we just thought that, the pizza stood on its own as just a great dish, but it didn't lend anything to the wine, and the wine didn't lend anything to the pizza. And so that's when we started to think about it. But what I can tell you is that this dish and this preparation is going to come home with me tonight. It's Friday night in California. I've got the Pizza Night crew, and I'm making this for them, for sure. So cheers to you, Patricia.
Whoa! And Patricia, my message is to you that I am making this weekend, since unlike Jeff, I didn't get down to St. Helena where he is, and I couldn't try it. So congratulations, and congratulations to Uncle Neil's Home Farm. So, DM, talk to us.
Yes, so I thought that this dish represented everything that we were looking for, criteria-wise, creativity, ease of recipe, and of course, it's one of my favorite proteins of all time. So the 2nd place winner that we qualified is for Robert Canepa for his wood-fired rack of lamb. And his charity of choice is Danville Delegance that supports Parkinson's disease research. So congratulations, Robert, on that. You're going to get $2,500 to your charity. I absolutely love rack of lamb. I think the ease of just like how, just sumptuous the protein is. Directions are super easy. You literally just need wood and protein to kind of get this to the optimal kind of dish, and the temperature was perfectly cooked, and it was simple. So the herb de Provence just added like a 2nd and 3rd and 4th layer of complexity, and it just paired so well with our 1873. So there were hints of thyme and lavender and rosemary. So all those things are kind of reminiscent to how well it paired with our 1873. So I thought it was just a lovely dish. So congratulations.
Well, yeah. Here we go. Congratulations, Lisa. That's really exciting, and so happy for you. So, Mr. Mike.
Yes. Hey, Catherine.
Okay.
So I'm sure everyone's figured it out now that our first place wine was the Koji rice steak, dry aged steak, and I got to educate myself on Koji rice this afternoon because it's something I'd never heard of. But Koji rice is a preparation of rice where the enzymes in the rice, where you put it in contact with the steak, it prematurely ages the meat. And it tastes like a dry aged, 45 or 50-day steak. And I would have to say it's amazing. I'm going to go find some of this. I'm going to take it to my house, and I'm going to do this at home. It is hard to argue with a big red wine like 1873 and a ribeye steak. But what I would say is the simplicity of this preparation, the sweetness that it brings out in the wine is really fabulous. I still have some right here next to me, and I'm looking forward to finishing it because it is really spectacular. And but all of the dishes, I think what was really wonderful about all three of these dishes, they were just simple. They had beautiful aromatics. They smelled great, and they were wonderful. So.
Oh my goodness. And all of the charities were just so remarkable. I just think it's really wonderful. So thank you. Thank you first to all of our finalists. Actually, thank you to all of our contestants who submitted recipes, but to all of our finalists, thank you so very much. And thank you very much to our judges for all the hard work you've done.
I need to say one more thing, which I forgot, is I did not congratulate Lisa Gwatney, who was our first place winner. So, Lisa,
and Lisa, I haven't had a chance to taste your entree, but your entry, but I thought what you said about St. Jude's, it just, it brought me to, it was very emotional. And thank you for all you're doing. That's just so wonderful.
Thank you so much. I'm just, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to double check. We didn't get to do a mic check. I'm still kind of like digesting that we won. And we've been watching, and we're just so, have so much gratitude. When we saw the competition was going to honor a charity, my husband and I were all in. And I told them when we were doing our interviews, my husband and I actually came to Hall Winery we went to the cave during our honeymoon. So it's kind of near and dear for our hearts. And we are such proponents of St. Jude. We're so fortunate and blessed that our children are healthy, but for anybody that's ever had a sick child to have to complicate that with worrying about money, St. Jude takes that out of the equation entirely. And we're just we're so grateful that you loved our recipe, and it is simple. And for us, the goal was when you have a fabulous wine, don't mess it up. Serve it with a great steak, right? A great steak and a great glass of wine. And my friends are all over here, and we're having some wine together. We're enjoying this beautiful wine. And it's the perfect wine, and it's paired with a perfect steak. So we're just so honored, so grateful, and just want to say thank you for allowing us to be a part of this.
Thank you for allowing us to support you and to support St. Jude's. Cheers.
Cheers.
Salute. Here's to all of you.
Congratulations. Oh my goodness. Wasn't that just amazing? I mean, I feel that Lisa approached her dish with the passion and the determination that she approaches her charity, and it's really moving. Thank you, judges, so much for all your work. I mean, you know what?
Yeah, I'll do it anytime.
That was an easy part.
Yeah, right. This is not hard, but it's been very fun, and you've been great. Any last thoughts you guys want to share with our viewers?
Well, we're so sorry that you can't be with us in person this year. We hope that we can do this in person next year, but we are definitely going to eat and drink like this every Friday afternoon for the rest of the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say. Well, thank you. Thank you, judges.
Cheers.
And
Cheers.
thank you to all of you. It's just been wonderful having you on. We have had obviously some fabulous dishes that were entered before. You didn't even have a chance to try all of the dishes that were entered in this competition, and there were so many from across the country. But of the dishes that our finalists prepared, they really were extraordinary and have all the qualities, which I'm not going to go restate, but they've already gone into how wonderful the dishes were, and I am so grateful. So to everybody, thank you. Thank you for being a part of our Hall Cabernet Cookoff 2021. We are not going away. The Cabernet, this is our 12th year. We're having a 13th and 14th and 15th, and we're on a roll, and it's just getting better every year. It's going to be in the spring of 2022. And follow us so you can keep up to date with what we're doing. So follow us on Facebook. You can follow us at Hall Wines at Facebook. You can follow us on Instagram. That's a really great way to keep up with all we're doing at the winery, and also to be in touch with these fabulous happy hour shows that we're doing. So to everybody, thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of Hall Cabernet again this year, and for your support. And I wish you very fond rest of your evening, day, and cheers.